Hello to everybody in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. It's Congressman Jamie Raskin coming at you the week of August the 20th with my favorite time of the week, Local Heroes, when we get to salute and appreciate the local heroes in our midst who are making life so wonderful and getting us through COVID-19. And so today's local hero is someone who is soon to be quite famous because she is Carroll County's 2021 Teacher of the Year, Dawne Dill. And Dawne has been a teacher at Century High School in Sykesville for a decade, teaching students English 9, English 10, AP Language and Composition. She's also the Health, Human, and Social Sciences Academy leader and the class of 2023 co-sponsor. She got her bachelor's from Purdue in 1998 and her master's in education from Indiana Wesleyan University in 2000. She came to Maryland, luckily for us, in 2003, when her husband was stationed at Fort Meade with the Navy, and they've been here ever since. They have two sons, Sean, who is 19, with severe autism, who goes to the Linwood School in Ellicott City, and Peyton, who's a junior in high school, attending Century High School, where Dawne teaches. So we might even want to ask you about that, Dawne. But starting off, congratulations on being the Teacher of the Year for Carroll County, and thank you also for being our local hero.
Thank you, Congressman. It's really an honor to be Carroll County's Teacher of the Year.
And what about being local hero?
I wouldn't ever call myself a hero because I feel like being a teacher is the best job in the world. And sometimes I say to my classes, can you believe they let me do this for work? So it's just so much fun.
Well, that's awesome. You're already exuding the joy of your profession. So tell us, I know you used to teach English 9. You're not doing the freshman anymore. You're doing English 10. But tell us some of what you've been teaching.
So in English 10, we set the students up with two main modules. The first is ethics and then identity, which is great in the 10th grade level because they are old enough to start thinking about who they want to be as an adult and what sort of decisions they're making in this complicated world and how ethical those may be. And so it's wonderful because the sophomore student is my favorite student. They're not quite old enough to drive, so they still have that little bit of student kid in them, but they're not freshmen anymore, which means they've sort of assimilated to the high school experience and they can learn a bit more without their body getting in the way.
That's nice. And you told me before, you do both fiction and nonfiction, is that right?
Correct.
So like, what are some of your favorite novels to teach and then some of your favorite nonfiction to teach?
Well, I feel like, Congressman, you'll like this one because in the 10th grade, one of our extended texts is 1984. Clearly is still very relevant, even though it was written in 1948. And when I explained to students that that's where the term Big Brother was coined, they get really excited about it. And so as we read the book, we talk about what things are true, what things did Orwell predict that came true, and what things did he miss on. And we talk about how we are basically under surveillance most of the time when we're in public. And we discuss the difference between safety and freedom and what we're willing to give and take there. And it's really interesting to watch the kids form opinions. And
you're able to talk about propaganda and disinformation and fake news and what's fact and what's not, right?
Yes, yes. And that's so important for them to not just take these sound bites that they're seeing on as they're scrolling and to really stop. So we'll pull some in that we find. I go to the younger teachers for that and they send me things, which is really nice. And they'll say, "Ooh, we saw this headline. Let's unpack that," and then give it to the students and see if they can maybe take two sides of it and spin that particular headline either way. So it gives them an opportunity to see just because you read one sentence does not tell you the story.
That's awesome. I mean, we have to be training young people to be critical thinkers and critical consumers of the news.
Yes.
And of course, it's not just even two interpretations. There's a multiplicity of interpretations out there. This is great. Tell us about what your responsibilities are as Teacher of the Year. What are you going to be doing?
Yes, this is very exciting. Well, first of all, I was gifted a car for the year. So that's not really a responsibility except to not wreck it, hopefully. There's a dealership in Westminster Kia that gave me a free car to drive. And so that was exciting. And then they're actually announcing the finalists for the Maryland Teacher of the Year in a couple weeks. So of the counties in Maryland, they'll pick 7 of the finalists. And if we get chosen, we have to do sort of an impromptu interview of questions, and then we will be announced, the winner of Maryland will be announced in October. But other than that, for my local stuff, I've been asked to serve on a couple of other committees to kind of look at teacher mental health and student mental health and making them separate, which I think is a great idea. And then just procedurally, our reopening plan going into COVID, because we've been asked by the state to look at that. So that's, I'm being asked to sort of give my feedback and take on things, which I think is really exciting, because I'd love to try to make as much change as I can for the better for students and teachers.
That's so fantastic. Wait, tell us about Peyton being a student at the school where you're teaching. My mother-in-law was talking about this the other day.
Yeah, it's so exciting because I started teaching at Century when we moved to Carroll County in 2010. Actually, I started in 2012, but he was in first grade when we moved here. And so I kept thinking, we just happened to buy our house in the Century district, so he would have gone to Century regardless. And I kept thinking about how exciting it would be. And he kind of rolls his eyes, and I'm very loud. So even if students don't have me at Century, they generally know me, and I have a lot of energy in the morning. So I stand outside in the main hallway in the morning and just, you know, shout excitement that the kids are coming every day, that I get to see them, and I thank them for waking up and coming to school and just silly stuff. And so everyone was asking him, "Are you Miss Dill's son?" To kind of make some, you know, gains. He joined cross country as a freshman so that he could make some friends outside of that. So I think for the most part, I think what they say to him is your mom this crazy at home? Is she this loud at home? And pretty much I am, but I think it's fun. For us, it's certainly unique, I know. So I think he'll like it maybe a little more once he gets older.
Well, that's very exciting that you get to be close to him. Do not follow my mother-in-law's example and fix the clothing of her children who are in the school during the school day. Just let it be off center or whatever it might be. Send our best to Peyton and to Sean and to your husband. Thank them for your great devotion. You're a great, magnificent teacher. You don't want to be known as a local hero because you love your work so much, but we'll be the judge of that. We are calling you our local hero for this week of August 20th. Thank you for being such a great resource for the young people of Carroll County and such a great example for all the teachers throughout the state. So thank you very much, Dawne Dill.
Thank you for having me, Congressman. I appreciate the opportunity so much.